Oh, I'm so tired. How am I supposed to get this report done?
Top of the morning to you,
Holy
Jeff.
cow, how's it going, Devin?
It's going pretty good. What's up? You don't really look up yourself.
Yeah, I know. I only got like 6 hours of sleep last night.
6 hours? Well, I've got 6 hours. I stay up late just like you. If only there's a way to start school at a later time.
Yeah, if only. That would be awesome.
And it would benefit us as students too.
Really?
Really. I'll show you. Alright, first we have to understand why teenagers sleep late.
Why do we sleep late?
Because we're actually supposed to get 9 hours of sleep a night. At least that's what research shows. And if you're staying up late, you're going to have to sleep in the morning to get your 9 hours.
I didn't know that.
I bet you also didn't know that teenagers perform better in the afternoon. And the afternoon is really the best time for teenagers to be most active after they sleep late in the morning.
How do you know that?
Because that, my friend, is according to an Oxford professor, Dr. Russell Foster.
Then it's definitely legit.
It's definitely. So if a school day was delayed, teens would perform better since it would be the afternoon. And delaying the school day would also cause absenteeism to fall. I learned that in a BBC News article called Why Teenagers Sleep Late.
What's absenteeism?
That, my friend, is the rate of absences we have as students.
Interesting.
Very. Now follow me for my next point. Alright, Jeff, it's time for a personal question. How's the grades?
Pretty good, I guess. It could be better, but I guess it could be worse.
That's true. But, you know, who would say no to better grades? Now, you wouldn't, that's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't mind a few better grades.
Well, according to a ThinkQuest.org article I read called Delaying High School Starting Times, delaying starting time of a school day will increase the student's academic performance overall, which means better grades.
Really? I'm really starting to like this idea about the later school day.
Yeah. You see, sleep duration is kind of like a turtle. It takes its time, but it helps you win the race in the end.
What do you mean?
It's like a simile. It's kind of like never mind. Let's go to our next thing. We're just gonna. All right. Jeffrey, do you know what internal clock is?
No, but I think I know what internal bleeding is.
That's definitely something to watch out for when you get older. But internal clock, however, it's this imaginary clock that's in your body. Your body runs on it daily. Sleeping, eating, even going to the bathroom are all these activities that are run on your personal clock.
Yeah, I think I learned about this in biology last year.
Basically, everything you do runs in your internal clock. Some things will affect it positively, while others will affect it negatively.
What kind of things affect it negatively?
It's a good question. Typical things like staying up late for homework or staying up late for studying can affect your internal clock negatively.
Wow, I do that all the time.
I figure if a student, let's say you, started school at a later time, you wouldn't be tired, which would lead to a more positive school day, and your internal clock would thank you.
That's a good point. Where do you find out about all this?
In an article called Tween and Teen Health. And I got one more thing to show you. To wrap things up, I'll explain to you the problems with starting school early.
There's problems?
There are. You ever been late to school?
Yeah, more times than I can count.
Well, don't be discouraged. I've been late too. Being late or tardy can actually hurt you, though. Detention is usually assigned if you're late a certain amount of times.
Yeah, I hate that. I like sleeping in, but then it's impossible to get to school on time.
Exactly, my friend. For the people who live far away, or the people who can't get to school on time in general, being late is really the only option.
So what does being late have to do with the delaying of school?
Well, if you think about it, sure, we could continue our schedule how we do. Some people wouldn't even be affected at all. But the tardy teenagers would definitely benefit from a later school day, because they would have more time to get ready in the morning.
That makes sense. Did you just contradict yourself?
I did, actually. That's called a counter-argument.
Yeah, I think I've heard of those.
Sure you have, pal, but as I was saying, a later school day would cause less tardiness and less drowsiness, causing students to be more alert. I read in a USA Today article called Study Teens' Performance Benefit from a Later School Day.
Wow, you have some really good points. I really think I want this later school starting day.
Thanks for your support, Jeff. I think it's appropriate to tell you now that you've been on camera the whole time.
Wow, you really persuaded me. I never would have thought that... Wait...